Welcome to Rocket Stadium for second half of JV soccer. Rose Hill versus visiting Andover. Score is tied at 0 going into the second half. Beautiful night for soccer. Visiting Andover tonight. We'll have the varsity game shortly after our JV game. Varsity team for Rose Hill is 13-0, undefeated on the year. Played an up and down schedule, but have played well. Andover is 8-4. They are not 4A. They're a class above. Common opponents. You can make an argument that Rose Hill has an edge, but not much of one. Should be a tough game. Rose Hill is ranked 17th in the state amongst all soccer programs. Andover is ranked 20th in the state amongst all soccer programs. Definitely can make an argument that Andover has had a tougher schedule than Rose Hill. Rose Hill is dressed in their blackout uniforms, brand new this year. They'll be going from left to right on the soccer field. Andover in the blue kits will be going from right to left. So should have a pretty good game for you tonight. Again, this is the JV matchup. We are in the second half. Not able to get the first half to you. We're a middle school cross-country league where our girls took first place in league. Of the top 4 finishers, 2, 3, and 4 were the girls. It was Millie taking second place for Rose Hill. And we're underway here. Congratulations also to our boys team. And I'll get you more information about that later on. We have a new record holder for our 7th grade cross country. So good showing by Rose Hill. But here we are at soccer. Andover moving right to left in the white kits. Rose Hill in the black kits moving left to right. Looks like they're calling a penalty in the box. Trying to discern a little bit what's going on. Nope, just outside the box. So it'll be a free kick. A direct kick, rather. Meaning whoever kicks it does not have to pass it. He can go directly for the goal. So you have the wall of shame of 4 young men directly in front of the kick. About 28 and a half minutes left to go in the game. We're playing 2 30-minute halves. Pan out just a little bit. And he's going to try to go up above. Nice save by our goalie. Evenly matched on the first half. I caught a little bit of it. And pound for pound, players are playing very well against each other. So this JV matchup, we'll see how we do going into our second half. Congratulations to the Rockets football team. Won their big game this last Friday night, making them 3-3 on the year. They have 2 more games. Away games. They'll have Wellington and then Independence. And they're set up, I think, pretty good to go 5-3 on the year. So definitely a 3-game turnaround from last year, and love to see the progress they're making. Could actually easily be 5-1 on the year, with good showings against Collegiate and against McPherson. A lot of league finals being played out today. And in the coming weeks, we'll have postseason. So fun time if you're a sports fan, especially a fan of high school sports. Like I said, a pretty even matchup. It's going to be a lot of back and forth with these teams. Neither one really had dominant performance over the other one in the first half from the little bit I caught of the tail end of it. And so should be a pretty good game here. Junior varsity, as a junior varsity squad, is not last this year. There have been a couple of tournaments where we've had a junior varsity tournament, but the C team has been sent in their place and has played definitely tougher games. But the junior varsity team, as its roster has put it together, is undefeated on the year, as is the varsity team. So handball called against Rose Hill, be Andover kick at the logo. For the most part, referees have let the teams play. Not too many extra whistles.
I do appreciate you.
Thank you, Glennie. Hey, you want to talk about middle school soccer while I got you? I'm going to get Glennemeyer on here, coach of our middle school team. We don't get enough about he's also the announcer for soccer typically. So we will do double duty and call what's gone. Coach Glennemeyer, how long have you been coaching middle school cross country?
It's 17 years, I think.
17 years.
Or 17.
Okay. You were also the voice of the Wind Surge, am I correct?
I am not the voice of the Winsters. I'm an official scorer.
You're official scorer. But we hear your voice every now and then?
You do not.
You do not.
I tried. That was the original application, and there was.
Okay.
I did an audition tape with Coach Treat, and I announced the Royals 2015 starting lineup for the World Series.
And how did that go?
I did not get an audition.
Were you rooting for the Mets?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It actually sounded decent, but there was 330 audition tapes sent in for that PA job at Windsor, which is impressive.
So today was league for
Yes,
cross
sir.
country.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with 7th grade girls. How'd they do?
We have 6 girls that run, and 4 of them set personal records today in the mile, so they did great. And Sydney Preston got 9th, so she got an individual medal.
Awesome. And a goal for the Rockets. Looks like Ethan Hayes got a header in up over everybody else. So that's going to put the Rockets up. See your good luck. We had no score until I started talking to Glennie. So
Let's keep talking.
exactly. So Sydney got
9th place.
Ninth
got an
place.
individual medal. So that was exciting for her.
7th grade boys.
7th grade boys, we were poised to win league, and we had an ankle injury to one young man Thursday, and then another woke up ill this morning and could not run. So we were kind of up against it.
So to win league, how many runners do you have to have?
You have to have 3,
And
which we had.
both of those 2 are 2 of your top runners.
2 of our top 4 as far as time goes.
Yeah.
So then, aside from the negative, that caused us to take 2nd place instead of 1st. But Jaden Rowe ran a 5:47, and I believe he just set our boys' school cross-country record.
For 7th grade or for
7th grade? I'm
Awesome.
pretty sure it's 5:50, but I got to double check.
Well, good for him.
And then Brock Welch set a personal record and took 5th. And McCall, running on a bad ankle, still took 8th place, we appreciated him toughing it out today.
So good showing for the boys. And
Yep.
what place did they take again?
2nd place.
Second
as a
place.
team.
So good for them. Good looks good for next year.
Definitely.
And then let's talk about 8th grade boys. How'd they do?
8th grade boys had a shot at 2nd place league, and the Clearwater 3 young men ran really well today, so it was a lot more about them. Kyler Reed did PR by a minute and took 5th individually.
Okay.
But they ran what they normally do. The Clearwater boys just showed up. One of them, big, strong kid, he really ran well. So
Yeah. And then let's talk about 8th grade girls,
8th grade girls won their 5th league title in the last 6 years.
which is amazing.
It's very amazing because that's a different 3 girls every year.
Yeah. But, I mean, it explains a little bit why the high school team seems to replenish itself, even if it is just something about the girls' team at Rose Hill does really well. So
And, yeah, they do tend to go out in high school, and that works well.
The team, tell me their single place units.
So we had a shot at the individual title, we had 3 girls that had a chance to win it all, but the gal from Mulvane just totally tore the cover off. She ran a 13:27, which would have tied our school record.
Wow.
And then Millie Whitmer was runner-up. Not quite a PR, but ran a really good race. I think it was 14:24. And then Peyton Haug and Ingrid Mitchell neck and neck. They were separated by half a second, and Peyton nudged her out for third, and Ingrid got fourth. So we took second, third, and fourth, which is awesome.
And Peyton literally like shoved her at the end, right, to win. She like pushed her.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Peyton. I was asking Peyton who would win between her and her brother because he's on high school cross country, and she would not commit to an answer.
And it is a fact that she runs a faster time than he did when he was in middle school.
So there you go.
That makes her happy.
So the girls did it awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
They did everything they were supposed to. So
let's talk. Go ahead.
Tanya Brown Thomas also she's our 4th runner. She set a personal record today.
And she really battled at the end. Did she beat the girl who tried to climb up and beat her?
I think she lost by like a 1/10 of a second. Right,
but, man, she battled. And for those who are not familiar with cross country, and I really was not until my kids started, Samuel started running high school cross country. It is a very intense 20 minutes watching these kids run.
Absolutely.
Is that why one of the reasons you stick with it?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. For some reason, I like 7-hour track meets, too. I'm not sure why, but I do. Maybe not when I was younger with kids. I might not have enjoyed that as much, but I love track meets. But yeah, no, cross country is just short and sweet.
Speaking
4 races, you're done in 2 hours. And
speaking of track, at the board meeting last night, 2 interesting things. I believe we're hosting league this year for track.
For high school, I think I heard
for
that.
track, and we're trying to bring back the pole vault event,
Heard
which
that rumor too, yes.
I've just got that nod from our AD. Yeah, so if you would like to donate to the pole vault pit, we will have your name put on a plaque or buried in the concrete, and we would love to do that. I have a hard time watching pole vault because I watch too many reels where the guys go to pole vault and then they catch themselves.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my problem. So cross country, it's a fall sport. It sometimes catches people off guard as far as the timing of it. Give me the benefits of cross country for somebody who maybe plays basketball, baseball. They don't have a fall sport. How would cross country benefit them?
Well, we compete with football and volleyball and cheerleading for our athletes. Back when I first started, the co-ed soccer that we do used to be in the fall. So we would have our numbers would be a lot lower.
Yeah.
I switched that to the spring. So I've got 10 to 20 every year now. We get that group of kids out. Definitely gets you in shape for basketball that first week when you're doing all the running.
Yeah.
And wrestling, which girls are doing at the same level as the guys are now. There's just as many out.
Yes, and Aiden has told me one of the reasons he likes cross country in the fall is it helps him with basketball stamina
Sure,
when he's playing.
absolutely.
So absolutely.
Also, it's a life lesson about toughening up. You're going to have a bad race and a good race out of those 7, and that's how they learn.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, why did I run so well today? No one knows. Enjoy it. That was easy. Now, then you have that race where you don't do well and you got to grind it out, and just that kind of stuff is valuable for just life lesson, not just sports.
I have to say also, it caught me off guard. I like trash talking. I think it's fun when it's done appropriately. It caught me off guard at the first cross country I went to, and it's usually that was kind of a harsh takedown. Rose Hill, no, they're giving us a throw, not a kick. Okay. The first meet I went to, there's not really trash talking. It was one of the most encouraging events I've ever been to. So even if your team is not competitive or if you're in the back end of the runners, I was enjoying the fact that everybody was getting rooted for and cheered on by their teammates.
Yeah, almost everything that happens in cross country is positive.
Yes.
You'll have a bad race, or like I said, we had an injury or something, but in general, the kids are going to get better. Their times are going to get better.
Yeah.
It's a cheer for each other type of thing.
Well, I think it's awesome. And thank you for the investment. You've invested in 4 of my kids. Well, 3. I don't think Kimber ran middle school cross country,
no,
did she?
she did volleyball.
Yeah.
And she ran well in high school, so
yeah.
that's fine.
We'll take it. But thank you so much, and got a great program. So
my pleasure. We appreciate you and your family, and yeah, I would do this job even if I retired as a teacher. I would continue doing cross country.
Absolutely.
Really
it's fun watching them grow and the encouragement. So thanks a lot.
You bet, man. Thanks
and
for the talk.
Good luck next year. Yep. Coach Glennemeyer with middle school cross country had a great meet, and one of the many success stories. And if you haven't been to a cross country meet, I'm telling you what, a high school league is this Thursday. It'll be a Clap Golf Course in Wichita, which actually we were at earlier this year for a college cross country, and it is a great course, and it is a pretty good observing course. So, and I say this honestly, because sometimes people would say I would never go to cross country unless my kids are in it. It's a fun event to go to, a lot of running, and just a lot of competitiveness. So I know our girls are looking to continue their streak of being league champions, and our boys have put together an amazing team, and on paper it looks like they're going to qualify for state based off of their draw for regionals. We have a good lead ahead. Oh, just off the right of his foot. Otherwise a good lead into there, so that's okay. So a lot of good sports going on, and again, we're going to host league track and field here at Rose Hill in the spring. And if you haven't been to a track meet, it's a long one, but they're fun to watch, and they're fun to participate in, and you want to be here for that to see what goes on at a track meet. Also, pole vaulting coming back to Rose Hill, so if you want to be part of getting that back up and going, if you've been living under a rock, Rose Hill has a competitive cross-country and track program thanks to Coach Brandon Barger and Coach Glennemeyer. And they put together, and our middle school track team does an outstanding job feeding into the high school. So you've got to be aware of that. My last plug for cross-country, even if you don't think your kid is going to be competitive to get started, just want to recommend to you cross-country is a great sport to everybody can run, and learning how to run. Well, I can't run because I don't want to, but my kids do a great job, so I'm going to get off that soapbox. Back to our soccer game. Andover in the white kits moving from right to left. Rose Hill in the black kits moving from left to right. 15 minutes left to go in the game. Rose Hill up 1-0 over the Andover junior varsity squad. Went for a deep kick right to our goalie, who could not hold on to it, and that's going to give Andover a corner kick on the far side. The corner kick, we'll see if they want to go for the 52 car pile up in the middle or try to get fancy with it. Rose Hill's been doing a little bit of everything this year, from the kick to the front of the goal to a side pass just a few feet away to give a little spot for a drive in. Up in front of the goal. Our goalie came way out for that one and made the right decision. Kicks it deep on the head. Rose Hill up 1-0 in a tight game like this. When you get to the 15-minute mark, you might see the team with the lead start sending the ball further down the field to eat up some clock. Rose Hill's really good at playing possession, but those passes, they gave the ball back up to Andover. And again, I think they were looking to do a little bit more than what they had to do on paper. Throw in for Rose Hill, and Andover's got it. Working their way back to the middle of the field, up in the air. Referees have done a pretty good job, I think, of letting them play tonight. I look to see the varsity game being even more physical. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And our plan is to keep these games and concerts on the air for as long as we're allowed to, which appears to be indefinite at this very moment. But we do have a second grade concert on there. Next week we will have a middle school concert, a choir concert, a high school choir concert, another soccer game, and we'll have a lot of programming out there that you can pay attention to and support your local Rockets. If Rose Hill happens to be able to host a football game this year for postseason, I believe we'll be able to broadcast that. And then soccer, beyond the scheduled games, on paper anyway, Rose Hill should be hosting every postseason game that they can win, with the exception of the state championship. So semifinals used to be played at Stryker, and what they've done is separated that were state semis. The top team from the East will play the second place team from the West at the East territory, and then the top team from the West, which Rose Hill would be in that division, will play the number 2 team from the East. And if we get that far in the tournament, we'll host that here. And if you've heard any of our interviews with the soccer team, especially those who were around last year, you know that their only goal is to get back to state. Anything less than that, and they're going to be fairly disappointed with. Congratulations also to Brady Liebel, who has announced his commitment to Creighton University. So Brady, one of our star soccer players, going on to Creighton. Congratulations to him. Good soccer player and a good guy in general. Some good guys on this team. Brady is a junior, so we have him for one more year. Kind of an odd play in the corner. Gives a goal kick to Rose Hill with 9.5 minutes to go. Rose Hill with a couple of tough games left. This Thursday they're going to be playing Classical School, which is loaded. And I'll give you a rundown on those schools in a little bit. And then Valley Center next week, which will also be senior night next Thursday night, the 23rd. Throw in for Rose Hill on the far side of the field. Kind of a desperation kick toward the goal, does not go in, but will eat some time off the clock. 8 minutes left to go in the second half. Corner kick for Rose Hill. No good on the corner kick. Another attempt to feed the ball back to the middle. And the Karate Kid sweep the leg. Does not go in. It'll be a goal kick for Andover. 7 minutes left to go in the game. Rose Hill up 1-0. A deep goal kick taken by Rose Hill. And Rose Hill not forcing the ball, killing a little bit of clock. Kick to the far side of the field to be a throw-in for Rose Hill. Again, you're watching Andover versus Rose Hill Junior Varsity Soccer. Following this game, we will have the varsity soccer game. Rose Hill's in the all-black uniforms, moving left to right. Andover in the white kits, moving right to left. We're in the second half. There's about 6 minutes left to go in the half. Really kind of mediocre play. Neither team able to advance the ball. Neither one's wanting to take a huge risk. It's a one-goal game. So Rose Hill does not want to give up something that's going to cause a tie. And Andover doesn't want to sacrifice anything that's going to put the game out of reach. Andover pushing the ball up the field again. Rose Hill's had it occupied in their territory for a few moments. And we'll see if Andover can put something together. They cross to the front, defended by Rose Hill. A desperation shot, defended by Rose Hill. And we'll have a goal kick. Not a goal kick, just a free kick. Taken in the middle of the field, and Andover's got it back and is coming back down the field. They got two players teetering on offside, but they're good. One of them gets it. He goes for the cross and could not get the space enough to get himself a good kick. A lead across the field. That'll make it goal kick for Rose Hill. With about 3:45 left to go in the game. Throw in by Rose Hill. Like I said, a pretty even matchup tonight, and you can see that the teams are respecting each other enough to not take any unnecessary risks. But we're getting toward the end of the game. We might see Andover push a little bit harder. Down by 1 with under 3 minutes left to go. Airmail. Middle of the field. Again, this is the second half of the JV game. We do not have the first game on being recorded. Good sportsmanship being shown by both teams. Seems to be a mutual respect between the teams. Getting along pretty well. We'll have a penalty kick. trying to get something going, and they got it. And Rose Hill apparently was lucky on that one. That lead on a kick, and here's another one to the front of the. And honestly, our players look like they are not sure what their position should be right now. That'll be a goal kick for Rose Hill. But Andover had 2 opportunities to score. And Rose Hill's a little bit lucky that they didn't walk away with the tie game at that moment. There's just over a minute left. Andover with the ball in the middle of the field, and they are playing like there's a minute left, and they don't want to walk out of here with a loss. So goal kick for Rose Hill. Under a minute left now. Goal kick for Rose Hill. Fairly deep kick, and Rose Hill's maintaining possession of it. The one thing they don't want to do is cough up some kind of a possession to Andover in the middle of the field. Half a minute left. Andover's going to try to send this ball back down as quickly as they can. And Rose Hill really cannot afford to give up small possessions with bad passes. 5 seconds left. Rose Hill may come out of here with. And that'll do it. At the end of regulation, Rose Hill JV takes the win against Andover JV. 1-0. We'll have a 20-minute break. We'll come back after Gatorade and orange slices. And we'll get to our varsity game. Rocket Stadium. We're back at Rocket Stadium. It'll help if I get the right headset microphone. For Andover versus Rose Hill varsity soccer. Andover comes into the game 8-4. They're ranked 20th amongst all high school soccer teams, all classes. Rose Hill is 13-0. They are ranked 17th amongst all high school classes. Now we'll turn it over to the stadium announcer. So the Rockets come into tonight's game 13-0. And Andover comes into tonight's game 8-4. Common opponents, there aren't too many. The highlight might be McPherson. Andover beat them 3-0. Rockets walked away, I believe, 1-0. But they also lost to Eisenhower, and that's a team that the Rockets did beat. So a higher class school going against the Rockets, and this is actually a good tune-up for the rest of the year. The Rockets have 2 tougher games after this. They'll play Classical, and then next Thursday night, the 23rd, will be senior night for the soccer team. And they'll be taking on Valley Center, who they were supposed to play last year, but the weather took that game out of contention. So the Rockets will be in the all-black kits tonight, moving from right to left to start the game. Andover's in the white kits, moving from left to right to start the game. If you're wondering what that green-looking square is in the middle of the field, that's a camera that's been set up by Andover to follow the game. It's a common thing in a lot of schools. I know the Rockets have a couple of apparatus that they use, so don't let that be too much of a distraction to you. Rockets really want to come out tonight and make a statement. 13-0, have not lost this year. They'd like to continue that streak. Their goal, of course, is state and to get there and win the whole thing. Rockets will start with possession tonight. So we'll get underway and see what we can come up with. And here we go. Should be an even matchup on paper, but that's why they play the game, because you never know. Also, if you're a visiting team and you happen to be listening tonight, be sure and catch our visiting team prize draw, which will take place if you're sitting in the visiting stands tonight, and we happen to name your ticket location. You'll walk away with a nice prize. We do have a good turnout for Andover tonight. However, you will probably notice they're not on the other side of the field because our bleachers are softer on this side. Should be a very aggressive physical game between these two teams. In the JV matchup, the referees did let them play quite a bit and not call a lot of tic-tac calls. We'll see if that trend continues, but I think this is going to be a little more aggressive. Throw in for Andover. Jordy sends it back to his defenders to reset the field. Teams have a very similar style of play. You'll see a lot of possession, so not a lot of long kicks. They will try to control the ball with passes. Rockets with the ball on the near side of the field. Move it across to the middle. Brady across the middle with a lead to the far side of the field. And a lead up to the goal, going for a breakaway and trying to get over the goalie's head. Just a little bit too far off the goal. It'll be a goal kick for Andover. About 37 minutes left to go in the first half. Still at 0-0. These are two good soccer teams. If you are a fan of high school soccer, these are two of the top teams in the entire state of Kansas. Again, Andover ranked 20th amongst all classes. Rose Hill ranked 17th amongst all classes. If there's a difference in their schedule, I would say Andover has a bit of a tougher schedule simply by being in a higher class. And the Rockets League is not as competitive as it has been in previous years. Having said that, the Rockets are loaded in virtually every aspect of the game. They have depth at goalie. depth at forward, depth at defender and midfield. They have over 50 students who have played for this soccer team, so they have quite a pool to pull from. Throw in for the Rockets on the far side. Kicked away by Andover. Andover trying to get a lead up to one of the forwards. Sent back out by the Rockets. And the Trojans have it back in Rocket territory, but the Rockets have control of it. They're going to get him on the slide tackle. Say there was a little too much tackle, not enough slide. So set the Trojans up with the kick, and they do not waste time. They send it to the corner and then across. And the Rockets are going to try to move the ball back up the field. The Rockets did beat Andover last year. Probably not as big of an upset as it might have been taken as, since the Rockets are a perennial state team. If they go back to state semis, this will be the third year in a row that they do that. They went to the finals last year after a big upset against Bishop Miege here at Rocket Stadium. And we're beaten by Trinity in the state finals. Andover kicks it away. It'll be a throw-in by the Rockets on the near side. Concession stand still open if you're listening to the game while you're here. Go get yourself some ice cream. If you're not here, the concession stand is still open, but it's be kind of a waste to talk about it, wouldn't it? Until we get to postseason football, we will most likely not have another football game here at the stadium. Nice save by our Rocket goalie. Although the Rockets do have a chance to finish the season at 5-3, they'll have their next away game will be at Wellington, followed by an away game at Independence. Wellington should be a fairly good matchup. I believe the Rockets would be favored, and they would definitely be favored against Independence. So, first-year coach Reese Petty has done a great job shaping that program into a quality program. Rockets intercept a little bit of passing. Both teams, good passing teams. Rockets have historically worked a lot on their passes, trying to be a possession team. Keep the ball in possession. Moving across the field. Looking for an outlet, but that's a good Andover defense. Not easily fooled. And Andover comes speeding down the field. Lead on ahead to his right. Back up to the top. And back over to the right. Rockets are going to get a kick. Rockets have the ball on the far side of the field. Andover swarming to the ball. And for the Rockets, this is a lot like playing a mirror image of themselves A lot of the teams they play against sit back and wait for something to happen. Andover does not. They're going to go make something happen, and the Rockets are going to have to deal with that tonight. Rockets will get a kick on the far side of the field, about the 25-yard line for football fans. He sends it in the air toward the goal. Maybe tried to get one or two more touches than what was necessary, and Andover's got the ball again. And I don't know how they're going to decide who did what on that, but they're going to give the ball to Andover. There's a kick for the Rockets, for the Trojans. Goes to the other side of the field of it, moving up about 15, 20 yards. Trojans moving the ball down. Whistle blown. They're going to give the ball to the Trojans. Call a little more aggressively on the whistle this game than they did junior varsity. And we have a breakaway. Oh, just to the right of the goal. I believe it bounced right off a defender's foot. Yeah, they're going to give a corner kick to the Rockets. I mean, just a glance off of a foot, and that ball was almost in the goal, and the Rockets were almost up 1-0. The Rockets waste no time on the corner kick, send it back out, and then lead it to the goal for a header, and it goes past. So, goal kick for the Trojans. Quite a turn of events there. We're close to having a scoreless game. No more. Ball's being awarded to the Trojans. Not clear what the call was from here, but if you're sitting in the visiting stands, section 203, row E, seat 5, congratulations, you've won free ice cream through the night. Just turn in your ticket stub with your proper seat location, and we will more than happy serve you at the concession stand. Waiting to see if anybody's getting up. They are not, but we made an effort. Coming down to a lot of end-of-the-year sports for fall sports. Be sure to go to rocketathletics.com so you can see all things Rockets. Deeper shot taken just goes to the right of the goal. That'll be a goal kick for the Rockets. I know middle school cross country finished up their season today. We talked to Coach Glennemeyer earlier about that. Congrats to the Rockets from the middle school for a successful season. High school cross country will have league finals this Thursday at Clapp Golf Course in Wichita. A great location for cross country. Football, of course, will have 2 more games, Wellington and then Independence. Volleyball is about to hit their postseason stretch. Ladies golf. And congratulations to Team Backgammon for their big win over Udall West. And they're going to call it. Rockets were making progress, and it looks like he got tripped. Cannot tell if he's inside the box or not. No, he's not. They're going to give a direct kick to the Rockets. So Andover's going to set up the wall of shame. 2 Rockets lined up. Looks like Flacco, the left footer, is going to take it. Also our place kicker for the Rockets for the football team. Flacco takes a deep shot. Nice save by the goalie. Goes out of bounds, so it'll be a corner kick for the Rockets. Very nice save. Flacco set that right where he wanted it. So corner kick for the Rockets, and here it comes. Into the middle. And a header goes nowhere where he wanted it. So it'd be a goal kick. And the Trojans bring it back out, and the Rockets get it. Just an observation, the Rockets are at their best when their midfield is really, really clicking. Led by Jordy Kaba. Making it difficult for any team to get past them. Throw in for the Rockets on the near side, close to the middle of the field. Brady trying to create space. Kick out of bounds for the Trojans. It'll be a throw in for the Rockets. Big news for the Rockets, if you had not heard, we'll be hosting league track this coming spring here at Rocket Stadium. And the desire is to bring the pole vault back. So we'll be working on getting the pole vault pit ready. If you'd like to donate the money to cover that, we'd be happy to emboss your name into that pit. So big stuff happening for the Rockets. Well, the goalie came out to get it, and he kind of popped it up over to this side. I think Andover wisely got rid of it, throwing for the Rockets. Seeing a little more physicality in the play. And with Andover and Rosehill, you've got a lot of kids who know each other. They play against each other in club soccer in different locations, so they're familiar. Andover's got a drive going. And went for the goal on the far side of the net and went just to the left of it. Pretty good defense by the Rockets forcing that far side goal, but a little bit fortunate to not have been scored upon there. 0-0 with just over 22 minutes left in this first half. Good matchup tonight. Two teams working really hard on the field, and you're seeing the style of the Rockets when they're in a close game is possession, waiting for their moment. And again, Andover is a good mirror image of them. It's very similar in tone. Work the ball around. Try not to make a lot of mistakes. So far, no major mistakes by either team, just good soccer. So you get the feeling if one of the teams would have a moment of lack of thinking, It may cost them. .21 minutes left in this half. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. And they're going to call the Rockets for just a little bit too physical play. Trojans are going to get a direct kick, meaning if he wants to score off this kick, he can. Rockets will set up a wall. Goalie will set up on the far side, what is our far side of the goal, to eliminate that so he can work to his left. And one of the Rockets took one for the team. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. Trojans working the ball in front of the Rockets' net, and they're getting the ball where they want it. They're just not in position to make an effective kick. So the Rockets' defense holding up really well. And this is, if there was an area you want the Rockets to be tested in as they go into postseason, it's going to be on their defensive side, because most of the teams they face are not posing any kind of a threat. The Rockets have outscored most of their teams by a lot. They've run up to score several times, 8-0, 8-1, 9-1. And the scoring that's been done on them has not always been a clean goal. So this varsity starting lineup and a few of their subs really need to be tested as they make their way down to finals. Ball's worked on ahead. And again, Trojan defense. And here come the Rockets. Oh, just to the left of the goal again. Both teams getting some good shots on goal. So a good night for the Rockets to be challenged and to develop and grow from it. It'd be a goal kick for the Trojans. We have just under 18 minutes left to go in this first half. Good half of soccer so far. Referees are letting him play pretty well. Most of these guys aren't going to run from physical play, but they're also at a level of soccer. They're not going to do some silly physical things. So good, clean soccer. And a good tune-up for the Rockets as they're getting ready to go on to postseason. They should be seeded number 1 in their own bracket. Trojans coming across to the near side of the field. Trojans trying to get some kind of a shot on goal. And Rockets defense is clogging it, but that also shows you the patience of the Trojans not taking silly shots, trying to work the ball in. Rockets defense holding, doing a good job repelling, and ball out of bounds. There'll be a throw-in for the Rockets. Good defense by the Rockets and a very patient defense, not overplaying the ball. And here come the Trojans. Goal kick for the Rockets. If you haven't taken time to go look at the new practice field, it's really a pretty awesome viewpoint. You're going to have difficulty getting to it because of all the new construction at the school. A lot of good things going on in facilities at the Rockets. Construction on all three major buildings. So amazing stuff ahead. A brand new weight room being put together. A wrestling facility. Training room for our two-time state champion wrestlers. Good defense by the Trojans. And sent by the Rockets. So both teams exchanging a few puncher's blows here. And a nice lead on ahead to the Trojans. Rockets play good defense on it. Trying to force him to go to his right side where they can control the kick a little bit better. And the kick goes over the crossbar. So goal kick for Andover. 14 minutes left to go in this half. Score tied at 0. JV game also was 0 going into halftime. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. Be a goal kick for the Trojans. We're hitting that point in the half where I think both teams are trying to figure out what they're going to do to get an advantage on the other. Not a goal kick. They give him a penalty, so it'll be a Trojans kick on the far side of the field. But neither team's moving particularly quickly to the ball in between whistles. Rockets with a move toward the goal. Went for a right foot. Brady did. And a throw in on the far side of the field for the Trojans. Just over 10 minutes left to go in this half. And you're just seeing some really good soccer. Both teams trying to figure out what they're going to do to get advantage over the other one. Andover with the right foot that bounces off the crossbar, so it'll be a goal kick for the Rockets. Play getting a little more physical over the middle. Here come the Rockets. Cross to the middle. Good defense by Andover. Great defense by Andover. A good look for the Rockets. Just a nice sequence of events for both teams. 9.5 minutes left to go. And like I said, it might come down to whichever team makes a mistake in one of those critical moments. But both teams are playing very clean, aggressive soccer. Tied at 0. First half. Maybe forced it a little bit. Under 9 minutes left to play. I don't know that those deep kicks are going to work on either goalie. Throwing for the Rockets. Rockets moving the ball on the far side, but the Trojans get it back. Kick it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Rockets. Good student section again tonight. Don't forget, if your student is a middle schooler or a high schooler, for $25 a day, they can get an activity card that will get them into all sporting events so they can enjoy the Rockets. After they've gone to 3 or 4 events, the card is paid for itself. While football is over, we still have at least one more night of soccer. That'll get them into baseball, basketball coming up in this winter for boys and girls. Good chance to help your kids root on their team. Kick on the far side, trying to get a header in there. No good. And here come the Trojans. This is a close one. Open shot on the cross beam, and the follow through by the Trojans gives them a goal. Our goalie came out to defend the first one. The ball got over his hand, hit the cross beam of the goal, of the soccer goal, not the football goal, and the Trojan got the bounce back and put it in the goal. That means the Rockets are down 1-0 with under 7 minutes to play in this half, and I could be wrong. I believe that's the first time the Rockets have trailed in any capacity as a varsity team here in Rose Hill. "1-0 Trojans up. And we'll see how the Rockets respond. Plenty of time on the clock. Rockets are going to get a kick here on the near side. Plenty of time left. And as I said earlier, this is a good game for the Rockets. This is going to be more closely resemble what they should expect in postseason rather than what they usually get in league play. It's a shove from behind, and the refs called them for it. Rockets will get a kick from about the 25-yard line. So we'll see him send it up close to the goal, and then we'll have all the players attack it and try to get one in. Ball is up. They got the header, just did not go where they wanted it. Rockets trailing 1-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the first half. It'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. Again, no reason to hit a panic button for the Rockets. We'll just have to see how they play when coming from behind, even if it's just by one. Throwing for the Trojans goes goes nowhere. Rockets get it on the other side of the field. Throwing for the Trojans. 3.5 minutes left to go in the half. Here come the Rockets down the middle of the field, looking for a good lead. Brady in the corner. Haven't seen as much of that tonight as we're used to. Nice shot. And the Rockets tie it up. That's Tristan ties it up and brings this crowd back to life. Tied at 1 with under 3 minutes left to go in the half. A very clean shot to the far side of the net. Goalie was in position. It was just a nice kick. And the game is back even, 1-1. Again, a pretty good crowd here for a Tuesday night game. Rooting on the team. JV won the first game 1-0. You're looking at two of the top teams in the state of Kansas. Rockets are ranked 17th in the state. The Trojans are ranked 20th in the state amongst all classes. Rockets in their own league are ranked number 1. So a good matchup. Rockets in the black kits moving right to left. Andover in the white kits moving left to right. And Cooper, I think, didn't realize how fast he was running and knocked the Trojan into, well, back into Andover. This will be a kick for Andover. Should be a direct kick from the side. Minute and a half left to go in the game. We'll see where he wants to cue it up. Most likely in front of the net, and we'll just have a chase between all the players to see who can get to it first. There's a chance he's going to go far out, like to about the 15-yard line, or to one of his other players at the 25. See if they can get a nicer angle on it. No, in front of the net it goes. And he got it. Andover with a nice quick goal. Played it off the kick. Puts Andover up 2-1. One minute left to go in the game. Andover back up 2-1. And I'd say all 3 goals are not from mistakes. They're just good soccer and executing. Caden was maybe grabbed a little bit, but no call. Comes Andover back down the field. Rockets have the ball back. There's only about a half a minute left in this half. We're at 20 seconds. Caden's going to send it on down, see if we can get something out of it. 10 seconds left. Andover's going to hold it for half. At the end of first half of the play, for the first time all year, the Rockets are down at halftime, 2-1. We'll give them a chance for Gatorade and orange slices. Come back in 10 minutes and see what our second Rockets up tie the game at 2. On a goal by Caden DeFore. A penalty kick was awarded to the Rockets. Flacco kicked it hard. It came off the crossbar. On the first rebound back into it, it was deflected, and then Caden came back in and got a goal out of it. So Rockets tie the game at 2. We lost sound for a second. We have it back on. And I have to tell you, it was one of the most amazing calls ever made on a goal, so sorry if you missed it. But if you want to go back and watch it, it was quite a series of events. And the Rockets are back into this tied up at 2 with 28 minutes left to go in the game. We have a tie game, so I don't know if you can hear, but tensions are a little bit rising up in the stands. And just as a recommendation, parents, this is why we have a visitor side and a home side. So you can say what you want at your own leisure and you won't get in trouble. Going to call a trip. And the player's carded because he's talking way too much to the referee. Now, from my perspective, I'm glad everybody's sitting together because it's much more entertaining to listen to. Illegal use of a toaster at the 25-yard line. We'll have a direct kick. From somebody. 27-16. Clock was stopped for the card. Lobbing it for the header, no good. Andover retrieves that ball. Defense recovers nicely. Game tied at 2 with just under 27 minutes. And physicality has stepped up, and so have the whistles. Corner kick for the Trojans on the far side. High in the air toward the middle. Too many bodies on the ground for us to see, but it looks like we defended it. And nobody's celebrating except for the defense. Let's do a corner kick again. That was so much fun. Let's hope for an equal or better result. Tied up at 2. Corner kick on the far side. Another lob. And it's sent out. I believe the Andover players actually incidentally sent it out. And a left footer. Good for 3 in football, but good for nothing here at soccer. There'll be a goal kick for the Rockets. And we got ourselves a nice soccer game on this Tuesday night. 25 minutes left in the game. Rockets and Trojans tied at 2. Both teams getting a little more physical in their game. All parents getting a little more vocal in their opinions. Pretty good shot. Goes to the right of the goal. It'll be a goal kick. Unless they're saying the goalie got his hand on the ball. Nope, goal kick for the Trojans. And Flacco's making a run for the ball. To any of our guests seated in section 303, row F, seat 2, you've won ice cream. Just present your ticket and the proof that you've sat in the visitor section all night. We'll give you a free ice cream cone. Nobody's moving, so no ice cream tonight. Throw in for the Rockets. Jax Caba sends it in. Game tied at 2. Did see a message asking what is the green box in the middle of the midfield air. That is a camera. This is Andover's camera. They're filming their own game so they can see later on. Pretty typical in soccer games. They don't put it on the other side because the bench can get a little more active and they don't want it knocked over. Not a cheap camera. Game tied at 2. 23 minutes left. Rockets are getting quite a few more opportunities in front of the goal. I think they're embracing a little bit of the physicality, and ball's being awarded to the Trojans. This header saved by Flacco from going out of bounds. He's got Brady on the right if he can get it to him. Defense collapsed. Brady's got it on himself now. And Brady's pushing in front of the net. Nice pass. Good look. Good defense by the Trojans. Under 22 minutes left in this game. Be a throw-in for the Trojans on the far side, and the Rockets have it back. And just a bit of a snowball fight in the middle of the field. Refs letting them play. Players getting a little bit chirpy at each other. Flacco letting a couple of the Trojans know what he thinks of them. I'm sure it was all good things and blessings. Getting a little bit chirpy and physical. Referees are letting them play. Just off the football goalpost. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rockets. Tied at 2. We're about the 20-minute mark in the second half. Good soccer game tonight. Two of the top soccer teams in Kansas going at it here in Rose Hill. Good crowd here to watch it as well. Good student section. They're a little quiet tonight. I mean, it wouldn't kill them to stand up and cheer, but they're here. Congratulations to the middle school volleyball team. Gone undefeated in league play this year. They will go on to, I believe, this weekend league tournament. So congratulations to our volleyball teams. Went for a lead and to get to Caden. It was cut off by the Trojans. Ball to the middle. No call. Clean slide tackle. A smattering of disagreement. Looking for an open lane to shoot. I think he had it when he first got the ball. And Rocket defense holds. Trying to send on ahead to their gunners, and goalie came way out of the net just for his defender to get the ball anyway. We might have had a moment to get it. I don't know. Rocket defense again. Collapses and does a nice job. Trojans got it back for a moment. Seventeen and a half minutes left to go in the second half. So far, just a really, really well-played game. Two excellent teams, and $17 minutes left. It's a stoppage of play. I think the official's just trying to get some control. Probably hearing a little bit of verbal back and forth and just trying to get control. Be a throw in on this side. Throw in for the Trojans. Desperation kick when it's not necessary. Under 17 minutes left. It'd be a goal kick for the Rockets. Coach Street bringing in a couple members of his bench to give his guys a little bit of time to catch their breath. Maybe gain a little composure. Although I haven't seen it too much tonight other than a little bit of pushing and shoving on this far side, on this near side a couple minutes ago. So we'll have a kick from about the 20-yard line. Under 16 minutes left to play. Tied at 2. Andover in white, Rose Hill in black. And the header goes over the goal. So it'll be a goal kick for the Rockets. Trojans are attacking, and it was just to the left of the net. Not a breakdown in defense so much as a breakdown in our passing that set them up for that. They got away with one there. They're going to have to clean that up. Rockets left their goalie exposed. Be a Trojan throw-in on the far side of the field. About 14 minutes left in the game, and play has come to a standstill for what I think are substitutions. Players are going back to their benches. And we are stuck at 14 minutes. Play is stopped for an injury that is over on the track, not on the field. And we can't tell if he just came running off the track, but it looks like he was not. So players are getting back to their positions, a little bizarre. The way he's walking, perhaps it was a cramp. 14 minutes left. Throw in for the Trojans. And not a pretty sequence of events. Another throw in for the Trojans. Rockets will throw in on the near side. And we've kind of hit that point of the half where both teams are trying to get their game back on track. Here come the Trojans, but it's broken up by the Rockets. And the Trojans, quick throw in. Rockets started to make a push, but is repelled by the Trojans. And back into the Rocket goalie hands. Good game. 12 minutes left. Pretty clean game. Physical. Collision at the middle of the field by two players. Might have caught the tail end of it on video, but we were moving back, and Andover player still down. We'll pan away from him, give him a little bit of privacy, but they collided, both going for the ball. 11:40 left in the game. Players up and out of moving out of there, so Andover will get the ball at about the 44-yard line. Be a goal kick for the Rockets. Rockets and Trojans tied at 2 with about 11 minutes left to go in the game. Brady getting really aggressive and falls down. They're calling nothing. Caden battling for it. Throwing for the Rockets on the near side. Throw in for the Trojans. Rocket defense comes back. Andover takes again what looks like it's just a desperation shot when they really have plenty of time to set up whatever they want it to be. You have just under 10 minutes left in the half, so there's no rush on it. Probably a wasted possession. Tied at 2. Brady's got room. And they're going to call the tackle. They're saying he went for Brady and not for the ball. Clock is running, and it was just outside the box. So no PK. But the indication is that they thought he was going for Brady, not the ball. Again, you can make the argument either way on it. If it was our player going for one of theirs, we'd probably disagree with it too. Brady goes for a dribbler. Brady had some great moves, but the Trojan defense held their line. Again, by proximity, a lot of these kids know each other by playing club all the time. They played around each other, so it's not like they're all strangers to each other. And you're seeing some really good soccer tonight. Corner kick for the Rockets on the far side of the field. Up in the air. Pushed back out by the Trojans. Rockets have possession. 7.5 minutes left to go in the game. Good game for both teams getting into postseason. And a wasted goal kick goes out of bounds here on the near side. Throw in for the Rockets. Stop of play. Officials are talking to each other. But apparently it was a secret, and they're not going to tell us what they were talking about. I know. They were talking about how good the ice cream is. Which, by the way, the concession stand looks like it's still open. Again, a deep kick when one is not necessarily warranted. 6 minutes left to go. Now, in defense of both teams, they have not been that effective getting down in front of the goal because the defensives have been outstanding for both teams. Rockets clear it out. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Goal kick for the Rockets. Trojans push it back away. And here they come on the far side, but out of bounds. Be a Rocket throw in. No, Trojan throw in. They're going to say it was off a Rocket. Four and a half minutes left to go in the game. Corner kick for the Trojans on the near side. Neither team bending or breaking, just a good soccer game tonight. Be sure and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so you can be aware of all of everything's Rose Hill Live. And the ball goes in the net. From my angle, hard to see what exactly happened. It looked like it just bounced off his chest. Puts Andover up 3-2. Could not tell who scored it. Number 5. Rockets down by 1 with 4 minutes left to go in this game. They've responded twice already. Let's see how they do in the next 4 minutes. Down by 1 with about 4 minutes left to go. And you're going to see a lot of that for the next 4 minutes. Nice setup kick. Andover gets it. Nice play by our goalie. Three minutes left in the game. Rockets down by 1. 2:45, left in the game. Andover player down, and I'll be honest, I didn't see any contact whatsoever. It'll be a goal kick for the Rockets. Rockets down by 1 with just under 2.5 minutes to go. Trying to send a lead with a header. The goalie comes out and gets it. That's going to get us to the 2-minute mark. Throw in on the far side for the Rockets. Minute and a half left to go. Meyer throwing it in. Might have been a pass to his own goalie is what it looked like from here, but apparently nobody else saw that. Flacco, the left footer, trying to go to his left. Under a minute left to play. Be a throw-in for the Trojans. Stoppage of clock. The Rocket down on the near side. Clock stops at 39 seconds. Clock stopped at 39 seconds. Rockets are down 2-3. Andover has the throw in on the far side of the field, on their half of the field. Rockets will need to get a quick steal here. Andover playing keep away. 20 seconds left. The Rockets have the steal. 15 seconds. Andover boots it away. 10 seconds. And time expires on the Rockets. And in revenge for their loss last year, the Andover Trojans come to Rose Hill and get the win 3-2 over the Rose Hill Rockets, giving the Rockets their first loss of the season. Good game by both teams. Rockets have a good things to pull away from this game. Not a sloppy game by any stretch. Just two good teams going at it. Congratulations to the Andover Trojans. And the Rockets will be back against the Classical School. Till then, we will see you at our next event.